Well, that Judy ended up not needing me today. She took the dressing off all by herself and put a new dressing on, and she did a good job. So I'll be going over Saturday. It's going to be a good day. Look. It is 7:20. I know I'm off today, but I just can't sleep in. I just can't do it anymore. That's something pretty cool. You know, when you change your diet, I'm setting y'all down. When you change your diet and clean up your food and get rid of all that processed food, for me, it really, like, even before I lost a bunch of weight, I really noticed, sorry, he has changed his position. He says, you all need to see me. Don't look at his face. Look at that face. Look at that. I'm playing Red Dead Redemption again this morning. Anyway, so for me, when I lost weight, that's something that happened. And it's so weird because my whole life I was lethargic and tired and just wanted to sleep. I could have gone to bed at 5 o'clock in the evening and then woke up the next day at like noon and then taken a nap. So I was always exhausted. So that's something that when, even, like I said, even before I lost very much weight, it changed. So, you know, if you're new and you're considering, you know, just changing your lifestyle in some way, my first suggestion, always, before tracking and counting, just shop those outer aisles. But now I hear they're putting some sneaky stuff in them outer aisles. Just buy whole, fresh fruit and veggies and meat. Just buy stuff that, you know, I always say stuff that our ancestors would recognize. They wouldn't recognize a potato chip. They're not going to recognize a... Why's the wall? My wall looks kind of yellow on the edges of my thing. Must be a reflection. Anyway, because that ain't red right there. Anyway, you know, if my great grandparents don't recognize it, now granted they may not know what a rutabaga is, but they still know that they would look at it and know that it was something that was pulled out of the ground. You know, so if they wouldn't recognize, they would recognize a vegetable, a fruit. They would recognize fresh meat, uncooked meat, and they would recognize things like cream and butter. Now, I know they wouldn't recognize my G. Hughes dipping sauces or ketchup or things like that. You know, those are like little sprinkle-ins. But anyway, so that's my thing. Just start off 80-20. 80% whole food, fresh foods, unprocessed, and then you could do 20% processed foods like your dressings and your, you know, your mustards and your mayonnaises and your whatever whatever your thing is. But anyway, so yeah, but once I changed what I was eating, the kinds of food I was eating, holy smokes, now I'm up with the chickens. Me and Jesus and the chickens, we're getting up before dawn. Not that you will do that. I'm just saying I sure did once I cleaned up my diet. You know, we all kind of talk about our own different hunger signals. I don't know. I feel like how I think it feels for blood sugar to be low right now. Like I'm shaky. I'm lightheaded. So it's one of those things that I don't want to let that go to find out if, it just means I've already drank this twice. So I don't feel like it's hydration issue, you know? So I feel like, okay, I'm going to eat and see if it gets better. It's 9 o'clock right now. So, since I'm eating so early, I'll try to make sure I have my supper done by, well, here's the thing. If I eat supper early, I'm just talking in terms of intermittent fasting. I do know that last night I was done eating by about 5. So for what that's worth. But anyway, so for intermittent fasting purposes, let's say I try the 8-hour window. That would be 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, it's 8 hours, doofus. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 o'clock. That might be doable. So if I can try to be done eating by 4 o'clock. We'll see. Sometimes when I'm home on the weekends and dogs want to eat around 3:30, I'm like, forget it, I will too. So sometimes I eat a little early. But today's still Thursday. I told Mom to give me a shout. She thinks she wants to maybe not have her shower today. And just maybe let her hand heal a little bit longer. So anyway, we'll see what she does. But either way, I'm eating and it's 9 o'clock. Bye. I just realized I didn't tell y'all what I was eating. Ha! It is a 93% ground beef burger with some ketchup and a half of a slice of pork belly. So what am I doing today? Well, until Judy calls me, I'm working in my storage room. I'm going to give this to my sister. She's got a couple granddaughters, so hang on, I'll show you. It's like a little headband with the flower on it. And then this one's a little headband with a button. And you can alternate flowers. So you just put the flower on the button and it can be maroon. Oh, I didn't tie this one off. Uh-oh, I better do something about that. Okay, or pink. So maroon or pink for now. I'll just leave that one out. And so you can just change out the colors of the things. So I guess I better see what I did with this one here before I give it to her. But anyway, yeah. So, because the girl, she's got a young baby and then a girl, I think she's like about 8. Because of the dog fur and cooking and stuff, I prefer to keep anything I make in a Ziploc bag as long as possible. I'll show you where I came. Kind of working on up here. I had a box and it was things that were completed. So I've got a couple other things down here that were completed. Something I tossed a couple things in the donation pile. This is like a what you call this thing? You know, like an ear warmer thing, and then a hat. And what is this? Oh, a little Christmas tree hat. I'm gonna save this. And this. Hang on, I'll show you. So this is, it's a little bag. It's like for newborns. You put newborns in there, down in there, and then you put this little hat on them, and they look like a little owl. So there's that one. I'm hanging on to that one too. But I've got that's got some. I don't remember why I have them separated, but that's got yarn that I use for puppets and stuff. This is like unicorn stuff, like when I'm making unicorns and then stuffing, and that's my beads. I sure don't have a lot of bead stuff. Well, I do, but anyway, I don't know what's up there. I think that might be like things that are in the process. Let's get this down. Let's see what it is. Things that I'll probably never, ever want to finish. Let's see. Yeah, I don't even know. Hang on. I was probably making a shawl or something out of that. I just don't have time to crochet anymore, so I got these. So that was what that one was. No clue what this was going to be. Maybe a stuffed animal. Yeah, because there's some stuffing. Let's pull it out and see. It's funny, but there's no context for me to even know, like no pattern or anything. But that's obviously a leg of some sort. Or an arm. I think that's a leg of some sort. So, might have been trying to be a cat. I don't know. Because look, I've got ears that I decided that I had made already. Well, come on, little fellers. Get up here. See that? I had ears. they're not connected or anything, but so that's an ear. So no, that's probably not a cat ear. I bet it's a bear ear. I have no idea, but I'm just saying. So anyway, so that's in a bag. And this one, oh yeah, I thought I was going to make some kind of cute little sandal thing. I can't stand this little thin yarn. Ain't no way I'll make something like that. I'll show you what it's supposed to look like. Well, it looks like I finished one, but not the other. And I think this was knitting or crochet. I don't remember what it was, but that's stinking tiny yarn. Let me pull the, did I already finish another one? Oh. No, I don't know what I did. Anyway, but let's pull this out so you can see what the picture was supposed to be. See how it's supposed to be like decorations that you put on your feet. So anyway, that's evidently what I thought I was going to make and do something fancy with. I can't be the only crafter with a box of unfinished stuff that's not finished yet. I'd get an order and move on to something different. So I'll keep this up there and, you know, maybe someday. I used to have a lot more bead stuff, but I've got like just things that I've collected from broken jewelry. And so I've got, you know, little dangly things and little things you can use to make a magnet back thing. And got some silver and gold beads and little hair barrette thingies and little jump rings. And got these wooden beads. Is there anything under that? Hang on. Nope, that one's empty. So that's my bead collection. Not a ton of stuff, but again, stuff, you know, and it's got, of course, I got to have these pliers so that way I can open and close the jump rings. And I say, you know, crafters like to craft until they're done crafting, and then they're done crafting. I've got a little box of some more little things, so let me put this back. The point of this is I was going to look and see what in this stash I could lessen, and maybe how I can get those. Those are teeny tiny little skeins. Hang on, I'll show you. So this is the one that you use to make small, like I said, my finger puppets and whatnot. I have this tote. Hang on. And this tote. I guess there's a difference in the weight. I really don't know what the heck and why I have it in. I know I have to have it in two different ones because it'd be too full. But like it's to make something small like this, which again, I just don't have time. But I started it. It was supposed to be a little princess and then a kitty cat. But like I said, I just don't have time anymore right now. But I might someday. So I just keep them in there and keep them in that. But I don't know what else. Like I said, the size of those, they're not going to fit in with all these big yarns. So I'm not really sure, other than keeping them up there, what to do. And this is a felting kit. I never did felting. I was going to do it like on some of my on my crochet things. Like use this to kind of make them look a little furry. But it's just stuff you kind of poke in and out, and it's supposed to make a little shape. But again, I don't want to get rid of it because, you know, when I retire, I might want to be doing these things. I know, that's probably 20 years from now, and this probably won't even know what the heck this stuff is by then. I'll have Alzheimer's. But these, I'll show you, this is where I make the unicorn, and I got unicorn body parts too. So hopefully editing Terry can put in a picture of the unicorns that I used to make. These are, I guess what I did was I made these are arms and legs, and I would be like, okay, which color do you want? And so I already had these done, and then I could just make the body and the head based on whatever color they chose. And so that's arms and legs. Here they are. I had somebody order 3, and then there's one by itself. And for the skirts, I have a bunch of tulle. So that's tulle for the skirt. What's in here? Oh, some tulle that I've already cut up into the right sizes to make a skirt. So, yeah. So again, hopefully Terry will have put in a picture and you can see how it all looks. But I got to keep these. And this was the first Yoda I made. I made him without a pattern after just looking at it. But his poor little ears. He's been here so long. He looks like Dobby from what's that? Harry Potter. So it looks a little bit like Dobby from Harry Potter, the way his ears are. But I ain't getting rid of him. He was my first one. I've made some since with the pattern. But again, I just don't have time for doing these things. But Mom said I need to clean out my yarn. But then, hang on, I'm hot, just a second. But then if I get rid of a bunch of yarn, it's only going to take maybe one thing away. Well, what's that going to do? That's not going to open up much. Mom's like, maybe you can get rid of one of your shelves. Girl, I can't do it. This is like perfect. And then over here, is where now these two paint things are down because I was going to paint. And I'm still debating on, am I going to do the trim today? We'll see what I feel like. My plan was to see if I could declutter this room a little more. I'm not really sure what I would declutter. I don't know. Anyway, so, because, I can't get rid of this tote. It has my pillows in it. And then I got my hats on the back of this and some of my purses that I've kept. And, anyway, I don't know. I just don't really have anything I'm willing, that's the key word, willing to get rid of at this point. Got some extra toilet paper and puffs, and still, dadgummi's hot. And then some paper towels and my cleaning supply. And that right there is the cover that I put on the couch when company comes. So I need that readily accessible. So I don't really know what I would, get rid of in order to take this room down a little bit. But I did I could do some with the sewing machine and make room. That ain't gonna make much room. But anyway, so I did just, clean this room or declutter this room. So it's still a little fresh. Like I'm still a little bit like, oh man, I don't want to get rid of anything yet. You know what I mean? So, and I did have, because I had my sink, I've used 3 waters, so I can move those waters down. But anyway, so I'm not really sure what I'm going to do in here today. So I'm going to just play my radio, and I got to have my wigs. I'm just going to play my radio, and I've got this. This is perfect because the weather right now keeps changing. So, so this is like my long sleeve stuff and sweatshirts and jackets. And once I know it's cool enough or warm enough, I can put it in here and I'll be able to pull out my, like my shorts and my cropped pants. But until it's warm enough, I don't want to put it all away and have to go digging. Don't ask. I just want to come in and see it. That's the problem whenever you have a closet that's about 4 or 5 feet big. So I don't know. I've got some thinking to do. This is where I do my best thinking. Right here. With this handsome boy. Look at them teethers. Look at them teethers. Look, this is where we do our best thinking at, guys. Look at this face. And look at that tum-tum. He says, see my racing stripe, guys? It makes me run really fast. It makes me run really, really fast. Yeah, so I can catch the bad guys. Yeah, let's catch all the bad guys. But I'm going to lay here and think a minute. I got laundry going today. I'm trying to do some things so that way Saturday when I go to Mom's, I won't be thinking about stuff. Thought about making creamies. Not really sure if I'll do that or if I wait till Saturday. I know I need to vacuum, but look at them big, that big boy in them racing stripes. All right, well, anyway, I'm going to ponder a little bit. So what I decided to do is I'm going through looking for partial skeins. So something that it's not going to make a full project. Like I just have this one little ball. Maybe somebody could find use for it. So I'm going to put these in my donate pile. I'm like I said, I'm not throwing away these big, full, nice skeins of yarn, but just little partials. Not throwing away, I should say. I'm donating. So these are what I'm pulling out of my shelves to see if I can make a little more room along the way. So I did it. Why is it I listen to my mother even though I'm 53 years old? Anyway, I shifted stuff around, and so I went ahead and put my winter stuff in here now. So that's up for the winter. I have a bunch of cropped pants, and I had them hanging here. But I'm like, you know what? Let me just go on and wash them and get them ready so that way I can wear them. I typically don't wear them to work too often. It gets a dadgum cold there. But anyway, hang on. This doesn't stay in here. Hold on. Let me get this a little together here. So here's what we did. I still haven't figured out what I can do with the stuff up there yet, but now nothing's blocking that vent right there. But, so yeah, so we're down to that much yarn. Those are yarns for a project and a couple, don't worry about it anyway. And then there, got my boxes. I kind of tucked those away. I had a ironing board. I moved that upstairs along with the iron, because I don't iron. And this step stool doesn't stay in here. At some point, I can pull this hanging rack out. That's not a big deal. But I got a chair and I've got my rolling stuff ready to go. And that right there is for when I donate stuff. That's got some blankets in it. And then this has just various odds and ends, and my mop bucket back there. I've only used it once. No, I used it twice. Let's not discuss it. Anyway, so that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm not doing anything else. I'm going to go. I think it's only noon. I'm going to go play my video game for a while. I feel like I deserve a break today. So get up and get away. At McDonald's? No, not McDonald's. Only for burgers. Kelly Hogan ate those burgers. She ate 8 burgers every day for a lot of years, y'all. So there ain't nothing wrong with the McDonald's burgers. But, all right, so I just wanted to give you an update. Oh, man, you should have seen me take that shelf. Oh, I took it in. I had to put it in my car and leave my hatch up. I kind of had it bungee corded down. It was so funny because I was afraid I was going to get pulled over for breaking the law when I was taking it to a place that helps people who break the law. Irony was not lost on me. Dude, I was looking in the mirror, and I'm telling you, there's some people who need bangs in their life. I look like a balding man. I got my dad's male pattern baldness, and my mom's mom had it too. So I get it honest. So some people just really need some kind of bangs. Me, I'm those some people. I'm some people. Anyway, so I managed to push off supper till 4 o'clock. Well, 15 minutes till 4. And it was very difficult. So I don't have a water or ice that come out of my refrigerator. I don't have a water or ice machine in my refrigerator. And I forgot I had these little colorful things. They don't keep the drinks cold very long because they melt really quick. But just something fun I wanted to do. Just gives it some color. It's orange, green, blue, and pink. It just makes it look festive, like I got a fancy drink somewhere. Anyway, it's grape Zevia and electrolytes. Okay. That's ready. Now, I got a salad. You know, I just had that burger earlier. I didn't have a salad earlier. So I'm having my salad now. So, it's got a whole bunch of onions and a whole bunch of cabbage, a little bit of tomatoes, and a little bit of zucchini in there. Oh, some rutabaga. You know I got my rutabaga. Let's see. I need to mix it up a little better. I got a big old bite of seasoning. But my main tonight, it's 93% ground beef. And I put some Rayo's, Rayo's red seasoning on, tomato sauce, whatever you call it, on top of it. So when I was losing, that's how I kept things changed up and different, is by the sauces that I would add. And let's give it a try. Rayo's is the bee's knees, y'all. And some pork belly. I didn't salt that at all. Oh, where's my salt? Hold on a second. It's behind you guys. That was dumb. I didn't salt the pork belly, so it just tastes like a hunk of pork and not Not something that's like, I think I like the flavor of bacon better. So I'm thinking that next time, instead of going to Sam's and getting pork belly, I'll just go to Walmart and get some bacon. I think I read you one day the difference in them, but I really think I like the just bacon better. It ain't perfect, but who is perfect? I sure ain't perfect. My creamy tonight is pecan sticky bun, keto chow, half pecan sticky bun, and half Equip Prime protein powder. Y'all, I'm so behind on comments. Y'all are going to kick my tail. Just know I love you. So I got my room done. I got my regular clothes washed. And I got my bedding washed. And the comforter held up, or the quilt, whatever you call it, held up through washing. Oh, and then I kind of got out my summer stuff. I went ahead and looked at my summer, cropped pants. Like I said, it's too cold to be wearing them now, of course, but I wanted to get them washed and hung up, so so those are all ready to go. They were already hanging, but now they're clean and hanging. So there we go. So I'm ready for summer. Sorry, Callie was outside barking. She's so funny. It's like, she's such a little diva. I mean, she will wrestle her brother. She will wrestle Sammy to the ground. And he will wrestle her to the ground. So but then, sometimes when she goes outside, she doesn't really want to come in through the dog door. She barks so that I go open the dog door. Or I go open the door. So she doesn't want to have to just duck her head and walk in. And no, she wants me to come open the door. Diva. Anyway. Alright. I gained for quite a little while. I did all the hunting I need to do to get my satchel in the game to hold a lot, like 99, I think. 99 of each item. So now, that's enough of the game. And I'm going to watch a little YouTube. So, alright. I'll see y'all on your YouTube channels.